What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Expertz podcast. This is our sixth installment of the Expertz podcast. We missed last week. Had a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry. Happy Halloween to everyone. It was yesterday. Hope y'all had a good Halloween. Hope nothing crazy happened to you guys and you guys enjoyed it. November 1st is the first of the month. Good luck to you guys for the rest of the season. We have 5 to 6 weeks left, so it's a crucial time right now for fantasy. I have 2 segments for you guys. Oh wait, before I do that, I got a special guest. It's my homie Blue.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Introduce yourself, Blue.
Bleezy, you know what I'm saying? Blue,
You know, he won a chip last season, so
I'm feeling very confident, but this year, in a few of my leagues, I'm not doing so well. We're gonna talk about that coming up here shortly.
But yeah, so we have 2 segments for you. Basically, we're midway through the season, so we have a halfway point analysis for fantasy football. And then we have a stardom sit-em for week 9. We're gonna start off with the stardom right now. You wanna go first, Blue, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right.
Go for you.
So my first start is Sam Darnold. He's had a couple bad games the last 2 weeks. Coming back from he had a mono. He had some bad games. I think he's gonna bounce back this week. He has a good matchup against the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
And he has something to prove. Make sure he's the starting quarterback from here on out.
Yeah, and another good thing going for him is that they didn't trade Robbie Anderson. So he started
That's
with
true,
his
too.
targets and stuff. So that's a good thing for him. So that should be good points.
Mm-hmm.
I go start Jalen Samuels.
Jalen Samuels. Mm-hmm.
Steelers, he should give you some decent points. And
They keep on doing that Wildcat deal.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he's getting, extra points over that. I'll go with him. What you got?
For my running back that I'm starting this week is Le'Veon Bell. We're gonna pair the same team. Le'Veon Bell hasn't been as effective as everyone has wanted him to be.
Yeah.
I still think he's an elite back. I think the offense is what's hindering him,
I agree.
to be honest.
I agree.
But he has a juicy matchup this week that you can't avoid, the Miami Dolphins. You start any player against the Miami
For
Dolphins.
sure. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. I got him in a couple leagues, so hopefully he goes off. I need those points.
Yeah, I need those too.
I would say start Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
Against the Bears. The Bears have been giving up this tight end, man.
But Zach Ertz has not been productive this season, though.
Well, hey, this might be the week to start him. He's going against the Bears defense, who's been giving up yards to the tight end.
You see a second half bounce back?
I would say so.
All right, for sure.
I mean, 'cause I think the Eagles' second half schedule is looking easier for them, so I would go with Zach Ertz, man.
For a tight end that I would start, I'm going Jonas Smith for the Titans. Delaney Walker's been out.
Yeah,
He's going to be out this week too.
I have him, so yeah.
This guy has 140 yards and 1 touchdown in the last 2 games. He's been very productive in a tight end position that's very thin. So you could get him where you get him. So Jonas Smith is for sure a start this week for me.
For sure, I agree. Okay, that's a good one. Let's see. I would also say another option. Dallas is good.
Go Dirt.
On
the Eagles.
Yeah.
He's been taking touches away from Ertz. That's why I was.
Well, I mean, either way, if you have one or two of either or.
They do like using the tight end on that offense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the tight end is becoming like a value, even more value position. Because like the number 1 receiver is like the value.
Yeah.
Now, so I say get a tight end or a pass catching running back. And you're good.
For me, a defense that you have to start this week is Buffalo. They're going up against the Redskins. They're a good defense too.
Yes, sir.
And they're going up against the Redskins, and Dwayne Haskins is getting his first start. So, rookie quarterbacks,
yeah.
Especially him, he's not one of the most polished quarterbacks coming out of this class.
Not at all.
So,
where's that game? Is it in Washington or is it in Buffalo?
I don't think it matters. I don't know where it's at. I don't think it matters.
Defense travels either way.
Yeah, exactly. So, they're for sure going to put up points this week.
Yeah.
You got any more stardom?
Yeah, hold on. I would start. Hold on, bro. Sorry about that.
1 second, the phone locked.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, get it together, Blue.
There we go. All right, I would go Derek Carr this week.
Derek Carr, yeah, he has a good matchup. Yeah, I like DC this
Detroit
week.
Lions, man.
Last week he put up good numbers too. 3 touchdowns against the Houston Texans.
Yeah. Solid defense. So I would go with Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. And last but not least, I got a kicker that you got to start this week is Jason Myers. He's put up 30 fantasy points throughout the last 3 games.
Solid.
And the Tampa Bay Bucks give up the second most fantasy points to kickers, so it's a no-brainer. We're starting Jason Myers this week. You want to start the sit column, Blue? Or do you want me to take care of it?
You go start.
All right. Starting with the quarterback, I'm going Phillip Rivers. He struggled the last couple of games.
Tell me about it.
Doesn't have a good matchup this week. I don't see him getting better this week. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that offense. It's the offensive line maybe is the key factor of it. They were supposed to be good. They playoff contenders for sure, but I don't know what's going on with the Chargers.
I made the mistake of taking him in one of my leagues too.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a rough one.
It is. Also, I would sit Golden Tate this week.
Golden Tate, they got the Cowboys, right?
Yep, sit him.
He's like the only. Oh no, Shepard's coming back too this week, right?
He should be back, but we don't know if he's a full 100%, so you can't really count on the Giants receivers this week.
It's true. For me, sit him, a running back position. I got Melvin Gordon. This guy's been fucking horrible.
Bruh, he's
since
a
he
waste
came
of
back.
Yeah, agreed.
This guy hasn't put it up over 8 fantasy points at all, and he's like the only reason he got close to putting up 10 points because he got a touchdown. Yeah. That's it. Eckler has been more efficient, even when he's
Jackson
been back.
has been better than Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, I wish he would have got traded so Eckler would have been the number 1 back because they were looking nice with Eckler as number 1 back.
Yeah, exactly. That was my number 1 thing going into this week 8. I
was looking for that Melvin Gordon trade.
That would have cleared up so much space, and
they would have saved so much money. They would have got a first round pick.
Well, any smart team would have gotten a first round pick for that fool, but hey.
That's a fumble by the Chargers for sure.
True.
Eckler would have picked up where he left off at.
Yeah, that would have opened the offense up.
Yeah.
Another person I would say is OBJ.
That's my next topic.
Oh, really? Oh, my bad, bro.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. He got a bad matchup against the Broncos defense this week.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos defense is 31st in fantasy points giving up to fantasy wide receivers. So, yeah, it's a bad matchup for sure. And he's been struggling.
Yeah, that whole offense, bro.
The offensive line is mainly it though. They have good pieces.
Yeah.
It was all the hype and everything, and they didn't back it up with the line. You know.
Exactly.
It's a good team. Looking out from in, but they need the offensive line to come together in order for it to be a good team.
For sure.
I say they fix it this offseason, they have a better chance next season.
Yeah. We'll see if the coach is still there, though.
That's true, too. Hot seat.
Yeah, for sure.
A tight end that I'm sitting this week is Mark Andrews. Patriots, that's all I gotta say. Best defense in the league, baby.
Yeah, no, there's nothing else to be said about that. But one I always say start is TJ Hawkinson. Oh,
TJ against the Raiders? Man, we cannot fucking cover the tight end.
Exactly, we have nobody. We have fucking 5'7" freaking Carl Joseph.
We got a little joiner over there trying to get over fucking 6'2" motherfucker.
So, yeah, if you playing,
start Hawkinson. He got like 2 tutties against us. Hopefully we win though.
Yeah, man, we get 2 touchdowns to him. That's fine as long as we get the W. I don't care.
I'm gonna be at that game, so that should be interesting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, bro, look at the Game Time tickets. They're like $50.
I might have to
shout out to Game Time. Give me a sponsor.
Hey, shout out Game Time.
You got any more sit 'em?
Who else we sitting? Let's see.
Well, he looks that up. I got a defense you should sit. It goes hand in hand with the last player I said to sit, which is Mark Andrews. We're sitting the Baltimore defense just because we're going against the Patriots. Patriots are efficient on offense. Even a good defense cannot stop that offense to me. You have to have like the cards on your side.
Yeah, like it would have to be some magical day where like shit just went wrong.
Exactly.
I would say if you have Jacoby Brissett, sit him.
Jacoby Brissett, they have the Steelers this week?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The Steelers have been efficient without Ben Roethlisberger. That defense has stepped up, especially with the addition of Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. He's really been coming in key. Also, I have him in one of my leagues also. Terry McLaurin for the Redskins. I would sit him this week going against the Bills.
They have a bad matchup. Yes, we touched on that earlier, especially with Dwayne Haskins starting.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a connection with Case Keenum, not Haskins. Yeah. So we know that for sure. So that's a good sit. Yeah. So we're moving on to our next topic, which is our quarter 2 analysis. So basically we're at the midpoint of the fantasy season. Well, NFL season, because fantasy season we have 5 to 6 weeks left. Yeah. Right? But we're midway through the NFL season. So there's a couple topics we want to touch on. Basically how things have transpired up to this point, halfway through the season. You want to start it off, Lou?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Before you do that, I'm just gonna go through each position. Top off the leaders in each position. So starting off with quarterback, Deshaun Watson is now our number 1 quarterback. Russ is right behind him, and Lamar Jackson follows him. So 1, 2, 3. Michael Thomas leads all wide receivers. Cooper Kupp is right behind him, and Chris Godwin is right behind him. McCaffrey, of course, we all knew, is the number one running back. Yep. Dalvin Cook is right behind him. Aaron Jones is in that 3rd position, surprisingly. Yeah. Austin Hooper, a tight end I hated all preseason.
Where?
is number 1.
Where?
Austin Hooper is number 1. Travis Kelce is 2nd.
Always Mr. Reliable.
And my dog, Darren Waller, is number 3.
Yes, sir.
As far as kickers and defenses go, we're not going to touch too much on them. We don't want to bore you.
That's why.
Gonzalez, he's on the Cardinals. He leads all kickers. Greg Zuerlein still doing his thing, and Josh Lambo doing his thing. New England,
defense, of course,
killing shit. San Francisco, killing shit. And I can't tell you who the 3rd-ranked defense is, but it's first 1 and 2.
Yeah, outside of that
is like outside of that, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, switch defense every other week.
So I'll let you take the first swing at shit.
All right, so what are we getting into on this?
You just basically touched on every position. What your thoughts on every position? What you think so far?
Quarterbacks, that's just weekly. You obviously have like the main producers at the position. Like you said, you have fucking Lamar Jackson. You got Russ. You got
those are the top 3 quarterbacks. I think for me that shows me that the mobile quarterback is effective in the league right now.
Yeah, for sure. Even rookie
Kyler
Murray's putting up good points.
Is in the top 10 quarterbacks.
He's putting up points.
Yeah, those rushing yards is what getting them.
Exactly. So if you have like a dual threat quarterback, then you're doing good. Because even like the standard producers this year, like I was saying earlier, I used to always draft Phillip Rivers because he's always put up points. But this year he's an ass. Matt Ryan.
Drew Brees has been injured.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt Ryan has still put up
points. He's put up points, but he'll throw some picks, which is like ended up fucking me in the long run.
Aaron Rodgers started off slow, but he's creeping his way back into top 3. Yeah. But no, for sure, the mobile quarterback is for sure
the way to go this year.
It's not just any mobile quarterback, a mobile quarterback that could throw, because Russ has dimes, Deshaun has dimes, and everyone was talking about what's Brett from the Ravens?
Oh, Lamar,
Jackson.
He came out and showed, and
he showed everyone that he has dimes too. Yeah. So as long as you could throw, as you have to throw first and then run second.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you rely on the running, then it's not going to work out.
Right.
So, and these 3 quarterbacks have showed that they can do it in the league, and they're doing it very efficiently.
Exactly.
And that's what you want to draft first. You don't want the Tom Brady's. You don't want the Aaron Rodgers anymore.
Yeah, we don't want this old ass white drop back.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The league is the league is about to be soon filled with a lot of black quarterbacks.
Exactly. hey, I ain't mad. But yeah.
Any other notes you have on the quarterback position?
As far as that, no. I mean, like honestly, like it's just like week to week basis. Unless you have like those top like 3 to 4 quarterbacks like that are mobile enough to be able to get you those scrambling points.
Yeah. Like I touched on earlier, Aaron Rodgers is getting back into the groove of things. He's getting in tune with that new offense. It's not a stale offense that he had earlier.
Right.
He's a top 4 quarterback right now, and he's gonna keep on. He's just throwing the ball with ease right now. It's so crazy.
He's spreading that ball around
with backup receivers too. Devontae Adams has been out.
Bro, tell me, like, the fucking Raiders lost.
He
that, man.
dogged us.
Bro,
he
killed
dogged the Raiders.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, bro.
Dak to me is surprisingly still effective. I did not like this guy in the preseason. I still don't believe in him.
I thought the NFL would have called it to him by now, but he's still showing that.
I don't believe in the guy still. He's not a franchise quarterback. He doesn't deserve the big money to me. But the guy's been effective. Yeah. I can't argue that.
He's working in the system, so hey, I give him the credit.
One team I love is the Lions. They have Matt Stafford. He's been an effective quarterback.
Hey.
They're a good-ass team, but the record doesn't show it. They just face a lot of good teams.
That's just them, though. They always get caught up. So, Matt Stafford's the dog, though. He gets his job done.
So, Matt Stafford is a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
In stats. And that just shows how efficient the team has been. I think they just faced a lot of good teams. I think they're a sleeper, bro. I think they might make the playoffs. They're a good-ass team.
No, they can. They have the pieces.
We face them this week, and I'm lightweight scared because we could probably lose to them because they're just a good team.
Yeah, they can catch us slipping. Most definitely.
Galladay is just a big body wide receiver. He's like another fucking Megatron.
We have nobody that can really cover him, but we have no size in the secondary. And with Hawkinson, he can get loose.
He's like a baby like Gronk. Like they just have to use him more. The offense doesn't use him enough. That's the thing.
And that's the thing. I picked him up off the waivers, hoping like they would start throwing it to him. Yeah, he's getting me like 5 points. I need more. I'm because like he's good enough to be like up there on the Kelsey level.
Dude, he's like elite tight end status, but they're not using him like that though.
Nah. That's on the coordinator though. But
yeah,
I'm sure they can turn it around.
Minshew Magic is amazing. I love that guy.
Man,
I love that guy.
Mustache.
He's so efficient. He's a top 12 quarterback. Do you know that?
Yeah.
The guy's a top 12 quarterback.
Bro, he's what Fitzmagic
dude
should have been.
That guy is so efficient. I love him on that Jaguars offense.
Yeah.
I hope he keeps on starting. Nick Foles is cleared.
Nick Foles, bro.
Nick Foles is cleared. Nick Foles is cleared, though.
R.I.P. Nick Foles.
I just hope Minshew keeps on starting. They
should. R.I.P. Nick Foles.
That guy's amazing. That guy's electric. Everyone loves that guy. Someone dressed as him as a costume last night at the bar I was at.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. I was like, oh my God, it's Minshew Magic.
But I'm telling you,
dude,
bro,
I love that guy. I hope he keeps on starting.
I mess with him heavy, bro. Yeah. Start Minshew, bro.
For sure, man. Moving on to the wide receiver position. You want to take it over?
Yes. Oh my God, bro.
Frustration.
Oh. The number one receiver, bro. Where did they go? OBJ, fucking Mike Evans, Keenan Allen have all done. There's nothing for me. Nothing. OBJ.
I think Mike Evans. Okay, you could take out of that conversation. He's had 2 bad games.
Yeah, but
2 bad games.
I expected him to get the share of the points, not Chris Godwin.
Dude, okay, let's put it in perspective. Godwin is our 3rd wide receiver, right, in fantasy points, and Mike Evans is 4th. You can't be that mad at him.
I understand that.
Mike Evans is 4th in overall, all wide receivers. You can't be that mad at him.
Mike Evans had me out here looking like a damn fool. All right.
Because he goose-egged 1 game.
Yeah.
We talked about this in the quarter 1 analysis.
I understand.
We can't keep on the one. This is 4 games later, and you're still talking about the 1 goose egg.
Yeah, I am, because look, that led me to end up trading him for peanuts. I traded him for Tyler Boyd. All right.
Why? No one told you.
It wasn't just Tyler Boyd. It was somebody else. But all right, look.
No, what I've told everyone all season is to not worry about Mike Evans. Mike Evans, put it into perspective. Mike Evans has had, Jameis Winston throwing the ball to him, and he put up 1,500 yards last season and 14 touchdowns.
That's why he
had fucking Johnny Manziel throwing to him in college, and fucking catch for over 1,000 yards.
That's why I took him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I made a mistake anyway. Moving on.
For Tyler Boyd?
Well, Tyler Boyd gets a lot of receptions. He gets a lot of receptions. A lot of targets, a lot of receptions. That's why I was like, okay, you know what? I can take him. Anyway, moving on. Keenan Allen's been a dud. I have him too. Like, he's not putting up the numbers the number one should.
It's the offensive line.
I get that.
Rivers doesn't have time to throw.
I understand that. Just do like a little 5-yard out. Get the ball. Just get the ball to him and let him make plays.
He's an electric receiver. It's not on him. It's on the offensive line, to be honest.
Well, that's why Todd Gurley ain't eating. But we'll get to that in a second. All I'm saying is the number one receivers ain't really eating like they should be. And the value is in the number twos.
Okay.
I'll let you take care of that.
So, Blue has a point, to be honest. I agree with him, but you don't have to sell out on your number one wide receivers. But anybody that drafted Cooper Kupp and Chris Godwin are winning their league.
God.
And you could get those receivers after the 4th round.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me. You're winning your league. If you draft you didn't even have to draft a receiver like not Galladay. Galladay you could get later in the rounds too. You drafted a Galladay, you drafted a Godwin, you drafted a Kupp. You took Chark off the waiver wires. You took a McLaren off the waiver wires. You are winning your league.
Yeah.
You know what that shows to me? Drafting a number one wide receiver is not necessary in fantasy football.
It's not.
Use your early picks on running backs.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because what? Christian McCaffrey, he gets you the points. Yep. Dalvin Cook gets you the points. Saquon gets you the points. So, drafting a wide receiver early is not necessary in fantasy football. The depth is
for sure. Even Julio's been missing points.
Exactly. That's all that it shows us right there.
Yeah, and another thing, I'd say the whole Atlanta Falcons offense has been just subpar this year because I expected them to be putting up crazy numbers.
Their top 3 targets are doing good. Julio, Calvin is a good third option.
I like Calvin really. I thought he was going to get in the number 2 targets, especially with Sanu.
Hooper's getting those number 2 targets.
Hooper is the number 1 tight end.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. I fucking hate that guy.
You and me both.
So going on to the running back position, McCaffrey has dominated. He's been what he has been sold as he was, an elite running back. Mm-hmm. Even against the 49ers defense, he put up numbers.
Man,
best defense.
With that being said, I almost sat him on the bench because I was scared to put him against the Niners. And he still got points.
Just going up against the Patriots or the Niners, it's fuck, should I play that player?
Right.
But, yeah, no, you for sure still started McCaffrey because he still gave you points. To me, Cook is a surprise just because he's so injury prone.
Exactly.
No one has seen him through a whole season.
Exactly. I mean, knock on wood, he stays healthy.
He'll finish the rest of the season.
Second half of the season,
but he was everyone knows he's a good talent. That's not an issue. It's the fact that he could stay healthy throughout the season, and I'm glad he's been healthy throughout the season.
Right.
Initially, he was the main focus of the offense, but they realized that they have 2,000-yard receivers on each side.
Exactly.
So they started getting him the ball more, but he's still getting his touches. He's still the number 2 running back right now.
Yeah.
And like we touched on earlier, make sure you draft your running backs early.
Yes.
That's what gets you the numbers. And Dalvin Cook, you could have got it even in the 2nd round, which would have been a steal.
Yes. I know some leagues he slipped to the 3rd, bro.
To the 3rd?
Yeah.
None of my leagues that I'm in, he slipped to the 3rd.
Well, because people were overdrafting receivers, bro. The number 1 receivers, that's what I'm saying. So, like we said, go with the running backs, man.
For sure. You cannot fail on the running backs. Saquon is not in the top 3 just because of his injury, though.
Right.
His last couple starts, though, he's been getting back into form. He came back from his injury surprisingly fast.
Superhuman.
Which is amazing to me. He's not going to finish in the top running back numbers, but he's still an elite running back just because the injury held him out from those top numbers. I love Saquon. If you have him in a keeper league, keep him for sure.
Hold on to him.
Another running back is Aaron Jones.
Yes.
Aaron Jones that I want to touch on. He's number 3 in the running backs.
No, I like him.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Aaron Jones is dope, bro.
He's a good running back to me. I don't think he's top 3 running back.
Which is because
he's not top 3 running back.
It's just because he's on the Packers, and don't nobody pay attention to the Packers outside of the North.
I think that's weighed heavily on those 4 touchdowns he got in that one game.
Oh, it is.
To me, he's not a top 3 running back.
But it just shows.
I'm not saying I don't like the guy like that, but he's not a top. I wouldn't get him in the first round, is what I'm telling you.
No, I would say I would take him like second, third round as a running back.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, he as far as fantasy wise is a good running back to pick up because he's gonna give you. He's in the offense. Mm-hmm. He's gonna produce in that offense.
It's a good offense, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about games when Aaron Rodgers is throwing for 403 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns,
Then that's when you use your other running backs. You ain't gonna do it.
Do you have any points on the running back position?
Outside of those the big names, I mean, running backs you can find on the scrappy, you'll find on the waivers. Just depends on the matchups,
And also, running backs get injured a lot because they get used a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just keep a nice rotation of running backs on your roster. That's what I do. I keep it at least 4.
Yeah, to me, I like drafting 3 for sure running backs.
Yeah.
And 2 for sure wide receivers. I put priority over the running backs.
Right.
Over wide receivers for sure. Because like I said, wide receivers deep.
Exactly.
As far as another topic on wide receiver, on running back, Le'Veon has had a horrible first half of the season.
I gave up on him.
He has a favorable schedule for the rest of the season though. I think Le'Veon will bounce back starting with this week. I think the offense gets it together and Le'Veon balls out like that old Pittsburgh Le'Veon that we were used to seeing.
I hope so, because I have him in 2 of my leagues, so I hope so.
He should. I drafted him as high as the 5th round. Fifth pick is what I'm saying. So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I think he'll get back into form. We've seen a couple good games out of Le'Veon, but not over 20. He hasn't scored over 20 points in any game.
Yeah. So we're looking dumb right now, but hopefully we can bounce back. I need these points. I need him to produce. I need to win some games. I'm trying to make playoffs, bro. This is not.
It's the playoff push right now. This is what it is. You have 5 to 6 games to get into the playoffs.
Bro. Yeah, it's looking ugly for you boys. So Le'Veon needs to pay off.
To me, Austin Eckler, he will continue his production even with Melvin Gordon there.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers will see that he's the most productive back on their team.
For sure.
Because even before Gordon was there, he was putting up numbers and they still had the same offensive line, correct?
Yep.
So I think they snap into it like what's this guy doing? Why are we starting this guy when we have this guy? Exactly. So I see Gordon going somewhere in the offseason.
Oh, Gordon's gone for sure.
And Eckler is going to be the number 1 back.
Feature back, yep.
For sure.
For next year, guys, keep it.
You have a keeper league.
Oh, keep Eckler, yeah, if you have a keeper.
And then I'm saying trade Nick Chubb.
Ooh.
Because Kareem Hunt is coming back.
He is coming, but
You don't think he's going to take away from his touches?
Nah, I think he's still going to get most of the touches. I feel Hunt might take a couple carries away, but I don't think he's going to get the majority.
I don't know. I think they're going to take advantage of having those fresh legs, and that's too good to Yeah, you have six or 7 games left, right?
Yeah.
If you're the Browns, you have 6 or 7 games left.
6.
Right? You have a losing record. Everyone believed in you this season. So what do you want to do? You want to prove your fan base right that you have a good team.
That's true.
And what better to do that than to have fresh legs to take you potentially into the postseason, maybe sneak into the wild card. If you could do that,
Yeah. Hey, well then you might have just swayed my chain on mine because you might be onto something, man.
I think Fournette is your best value at running back. He doesn't get into the end zone a lot, but that guy gets his touches. He gets his yards. Fournette has not failed me. He has not scored less than 10 points since week 1. That guy is money.
That's value. That is value.
He just has to get into the end zone, and he'll be putting up bigger numbers.
Yeah, that whole situation in Jacksonville is weird.
Yeah, it's like they're good, but they're like, I don't know. It feels like they don't know what they're doing. They have the pieces, but they don't know what they're doing. Yeah. And I think Tevin Coleman will be a top running back for the rest of the season. He had a fluke last night against Arizona.
Right.
Shanahan loves this guy though. Gave him 4 touchdowns last week. He's been with him on the Falcons. Mm-hmm. He knows how to use Coleman.
Yep.
Coleman is a nice back. So, he has that breakaway speed.
He does.
A little shifty back. Good in the passing game too. I think Coleman's going to end up a top running back. Not for the whole season, for the last half of the season.
Yeah. So if you guys see him on the waiver, man, pick him up.
I don't think he's on the waiver.
Maybe
some people drop him due to injury.
Yeah, exactly, because he was out for
after that 4 touchdown performance. Though,
well, of course, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gone now. But hey, if somebody's out there, or you might be able to trade for him, for something small, pick him up.
So we're going on to the tight end position.
So, like I said earlier, Atlanta's shitty offense, but the bright spots of Atlanta's offense is Austin Hooper, who nobody saw.
Dude, I've talked so much shit about this guy, and this guy is just proving me wrong. It's like making me eat my words.
He's proving everybody wrong because nobody saw him coming. Because everybody.
What did he do last season? He was nothing last season.
Bro, he's a nobody. He was a nobody.
He just came out and balled out this season.
It's Matt Ryan's favorite target, bro.
I don't know. They never liked using that tight end on that offense, and
ever.
All of a sudden, that's crazy to me.
Right. I drafted Calvin Ridley for this exact purpose. Austin Hooper has been taking away Calvin Ridley's touches.
Oh,
bro.
Yeah, he's for sure stepped into that Calvin Ridley's role.
Gosh, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. The tight end position is crazy. I think that's it each season though. Tight end is always like up in the air unless you got Kelsey or Kittle.
Ertz.
Yeah.
But even Ertz this year hasn't.
Ertz is not a top tight end this year. Ertz is not getting the touchdown. He's not getting the touches. He's not.
Well, that whole Philly offense is.
They might get rid of Ertz in the offseason and ship him to another team since they got Goddard or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Cheaper. I mean. Yeah, better for him, I guess.
To me, your best value at tight end is Darren Waller.
Darren
Waller
is a sleeper.
Number 3 in receiving yards and number 3 in touchdowns for tight ends. That guy is eating. Derek Carr loves his tight ends. I told you guys in the first ever episode I dropped.
Yeah.
Darren Waller is a sleeper. I hope you guys got Darren Waller. I love that guy. That guy was always making plays for us.
He was still in my couple of my leagues. He was still on the waivers even after like week 2.
Yeah.
So he was able to get God.
George Kittle's coming back into the swing of things. Mm-hmm. He was quiet the first couple games.
Putting up numbers now.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he'll finish as a top 3 tight end. He's out of the top 3 right now.
Right.
He's working his way back up. I think he's like top 5 right now. So he for sure is going to finish in top 3. Kelsey is still doing his thing.
Kelsey's
Kelsey.
Exactly.
Is it worth spending that early pick, round 3, round 2? Is it worth getting Kelsey?
No, I feel like you can wait on the tight end. I probably go like maybe 4th or 5th.
To me, I like filling out my 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs.
And
then maybe flex. It depends, like flex or tight end. Which one would be better at that point? Which one would give me more points? So maybe round 4, maybe round 5.
This depends.
Yeah.
On what you value more.
And that's it for the tight end position. It's not a lot to talk about. It's a thin position.
Yeah. Outside of the top 2, 3 tight ends, it's like doesn't really matter.
Fells from Houston is emerging as a target. Yeah.
That's true.
Might be a good tight end for the rest of the season. And Jonas Smith, especially if Delaney Walker's out for the rest of the season.
picked him up.
Could be a good
guy.
guy.
Done nothing for me. You know who's been really a bust? OJ Howard. I expected
oh my God, that guy's super bust.
Bro, I expected Jameis to love him. Okay, he's gonna throw this tight end.
Dude, he was good last season. He was a decent tight end last season.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I've had bad luck with like picking people from.
It's hard
Tampa
unless you don't get like a tight end like early, but you don't want to spend.
Exactly.
It's like a love-hate thing. Like,
exactly.
Like you want a good tight end, you have to spend the early pick, but you don't really want to spend the early. It's like
exactly. So it's like you caught up in the limit.
Unless you get like a Darren Waller in the late rounds, you know.
Somebody sleeper, like exactly. Yeah. Nobody knew Darren Waller was going to be what he was, or same thing with Austin Hooper. Nobody knew who he was.
I don't think we're gonna bore you guys with kickers and defense. Defense, of course.
New England. We talked about it.
New England is like surprising because they usually get off to a slow start.
True.
They never start off as a good defense, but Belichick took over the defense this season.
Exactly.
And those guys are performing elite. However, they do have tough they do have tough matchups for the rest of the season. Yeah. Until you get to playoffs. Once you get into playoffs, they have a couple good matchups. So don't drop them. Whatever you do, don't drop them. San Francisco has a lot of tough matchups too.
Yeah, this is the tough part of their
They have Green
schedule.
Bay, they have Baltimore, they have Seattle twice, right?
Yep.
They have Seattle twice. They have a tough schedule coming up. However, depending on the playoff push, don't give up on them either. You do want to have a backup.
For sure. Always have at least, or keep an eye. If you don't have one on your bench, have one like you have your eye on the waivers.
And then as far as kickers go, if you have a good kicker, keep your good kicker. If not, just keep on streaming them.
Yeah.
Kicker's not really a big position. Like we were talking about earlier, you have 5 to 6 weeks left. Either your playoffs start week 14 or week 15.
Right. Yeah.
So usually the trade deadline would be probably next week or the week after.
Right.
So make all your moves right now. If you have any questions on any moves, let me know. Just DM me, comment in the video. But make all your moves right now. Anybody that's like has 2 wins, 3 wins, you got to trade away your number 1 draft pick at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
At this point, you have to trade away your number 1 draft pick. Get depth, get players that'll get your point, because obviously everyone behind that number 1 pick is not getting those points.
Doing enough for you.
So as much as you hate it, you have to get rid of that number 1 pick.
Learn to let go.
Yeah, it's tough. I've had to do it like 1 or 2 times.
Yeah,
it's tough for sure. But yeah, right now, and miracles do happen. So don't give up on your season right now.
Even if it's still some time left, you can right the ship, get into playoffs.
If you have 2 wins, you can sneak in with 7 wins. You can sneak in with 8 wins. Don't give up right now. Any last notes you got for them, Blue?
Man, just look at the waivers, man. Just keep an eye on the waivers. You never know who you might pick up, man. They might be that week's player of the week, man.
Also, don't spend too many unnecessary waivers because that gives you a low waiver priority.
Huh? Yeah, that's true.
You don't want a low waiver priority because when a good ass player comes on and everyone's gonna want to get him, then you don't want to be like, fuck, I'm number 12 or 10 or some shit, because you're never gonna get a good player. I'm guilty of that shit because I fucking get players like out the ass, like So try not to do that. But yeah, as far as quarter 2 analysis, that's all I have for you. You have any last points, Blue?
I think
you said you was gonna go on rants. You was frustrated.
Well, I know, man. It's just like I'm telling you, man. Like the number 1 receiver ain't shit no more. It don't matter.
That's
know what I'm saying? It's really about the running backs. And like if you got like a good like receiver that gets like a lot of targets, that's what it's about.
Especially in PPR.
Exactly. That's most of the leagues I play in is PPR. Mm-hmm. So just get you a receiver that gets a lot of targets. I don't even need like the fucking Mike Evans, fucking OBJs.
Like I touched on earlier.
Julio's.
Who was our number 1? We have Michael Thomas. Okay. Aside from that, we have Cooper Kupp and Godwin, right?
Exactly. That's all you need.
Yeah. So yeah, you make a definite point right there. But yeah, that's it for midway point analysis. So thank you everyone who's been rocking with us up to this point. This is the Fantasy Expertz podcast. I'm Vic. This is Bleezy.
Yes,
thank you for joining us here on week 9. Good luck to everybody. We have the playoff push right now.
Yes, sir.
You know, any questions, any concerns, comment down below or send me a message. Make sure you subscribe and share the video, and I'll see you guys next week. Good luck, y'all.